morning once again. It's nice to come up on this platform. How are you doing? I believe you are doing great and you are taking your studies seriously. Remember, play less and pay more attention to your academics. God bless you. Alright, this morning once again, we are looking at, the subject we are looking at is basic science. Then the topic we are considering in this subject is the Earth's gravitational pull. Can we read it together? The Earth's gravitational pull. That is the topic we are going to consider today. Now, I want to ask us a little question. Have you ever thrown any object up? For example, I throw this marker up and it comes down. Why does it come down? I have thrown it up. Is it not supposed to go up like that? But it comes down. Why? Have you seen an object maybe fall from a story building? A story building is high. The object is supposed not to come down, but it comes down. Why? Have you seen a mango fruit or an orange fruit falling from the tree? Why does it fall to the earth? There is a reason behind this, and that's what we want to consider this morning. Alright, what do we mean by this Earth gravitational pull? There is a reason behind these objects falling down to the earth instead of going up like that. And that is what we want to look at. Then the Earth gravitational pull, otherwise it is called the force of gravity or the gravity of the earth. Then what is this force of gravity or the gravitational pull, as the case may be? The force of gravity or gravitational pull is that force that attracts bodies to the center of the earth. There is a force exerting a pulling effect on all objects within the earth's surface. And that is what makes any object that goes up to come down. Then one may ask, why do aircrafts not fall down to the earth? Why do the aircraft float or fly in the air, as we may term it? That is because the aircraft, the pilots and the workers in the aviation ministry have made it possible for the aircraft to be able, or the pilot to be able to fly the plane or the craft above the force of gravity. This force of gravity does not operate or exert its pulling effect throughout the entire atmosphere. It is to a certain limit, and when once one is able to get out of that effect, the force of gravity can no longer operate on that body. That is the reason that maybe if you go to the airport, the runway together with the control tower, the pilot should be able to do what? To fly the plane so that limit whereby the force of gravity will not operate on the plane. And that is why when the pilot just fly off the plane, it will take some time before the plane will balance in the air and start flying. Alright, that's what we want to look at this morning. I believe you enjoyed the lesson. Remember, I have said that the force of gravity, or we call it gravitational pull, is the force that attracts objects to the center of the earth. One may ask, where is the center of the earth? Wow! You don't need to know the center of the earth, but we are standing on the earth. So wherever you see yourself, like you try to jump, you cannot jump and go up like that. You come back to the earth. That is the center of the earth. The force have been able to do what? To bring you back to the earth. Alright, let's write a little before we continue. Alright, my beloved friends, here we have that gravitational pull is the force which attracts objects toward the center of the earth. Please remember that. Now, this gravitational pull, I have said that, is also known as the force of gravity. So it is the force that tends to exert a pulling effect on all bodies within the surface of the earth. Now, another thing we want to also look at is that I have said that the force of gravity varies. That means that it is not the same from place to place. but the mass, that is the contents of an object, what that object is made up of, remains the same. It's always constant. Then another thing also we want to learn in our lesson today is that the force of gravity is less in the space. The moon also has what? A less force of gravity operates in the moon than in the earth. That is why people that go into space, they traveled, you float in the space. I don't know if you have seen an astronaut before. A space traveler is called an astronaut. Now you see they put on heavy clothes, a kind of heavy clothing. This is to enable them to do what? To stand, instead of them to fall, because there is no force of gravity there that can help them to stand. So without the force of gravity there in the space, the people will do what? You fall, and that is why they have to put on those heavy wears so that they can at least stand. Remember, I have said that the force of gravity, the moon weighs less. The force of gravity in the moon is 6 times less than the force of gravity on Earth. Do you get that? The force of gravity in the moon is what? Is 6 times less than that of the Earth. All right, let's look at it. All right, friends. Now we have here that the gravitational pull is the force which attracts objects toward the center of the earth. This gravitational pull is also known as the force of gravity. We have said that already. Now this force, we have said that this force tends to exert a pulling effect on all bodies within the earth's surface. I believe we have gotten that. All right. Also, we have said that gravitational pull varies, or gravitational force varies from place to place. It varies from place to place. And also said that of the moon, the force of gravity in the moon is 6 times less than the force of gravity on the earth. That is 1/6. That is 1/6. And that is why objects that can stand here on earth may not be able to stand in the moon, even though the mass content, that is what that object is made of, is the same or remain constant. Also, what we also need to take note of is that objects weigh less on the moon than on the earth. Object weighs less. If you're asked, your object have the same weight in the moon and the earth? No. Why? Because the force of gravity in the moon is less than that of the earth. That is why objects you weigh less in the moon than here on earth. Then I have also talked about the space travelers, otherwise known as the astronauts. That the space travelers, all right, we can have a look at how they float in the air or in the space. Here is an astronaut in the space. Why, as you can see the picture, it is as if the person is floating. That is because the force of gravity there is less. And you can see, remember I have said that they put on heavy clothing. This is to enable them stand. Just, if you ask, a space traveler is called dash. What would be your answer? A space traveler is called an astronaut. That's for one. If it is more than one, it is astronauts. All right. Now these space travelers, they wear heavy jackets or clothing to enable them walk on the moon. That is what we have today for us. And we want to continue with our writing a little so that we complete our lesson for today. All right, friends. We have said that the objects will weigh less in the moon. Why? Because the force of gravity in the moon is 6 times less than that of the earth. And we also said that the space travelers, known as the astronauts, do not feel gravity in the moon. Because the force of gravity there is very small, it's less. That's why they do not feel the. And we have said that the astronauts will definitely put on heavy clothing or jackets. This is to enable them to do what? Walk in the moon. Alright, apart from that, to conclude our lesson, we have said that the measure of the gravitational pull on the body is its weight. What do you understand by that? That means that the force of gravity, I have put it down here for us. This means that the weight of an object depends on its gravity. That means where the gravity is less, the weight of that object will be less. Where the gravity is greater, the weight of the object will be greater. Even if the mass, that is the content of that object, still remain the same. Alright, with this, we've come to the end of our lesson today. But before we go home, we cannot just go like that. At least we have to give ourselves, do our self-examination. So we want to test ourselves by giving us a little assignment that will really help us to understand the lesson better. Alright. Alright, friends, here are the questions for our assignment. We have these few questions to take home for our assignment. Alright, number 1 question says, a force that brings object thrown up down to the earth is called dash. Number 2, the force of gravity of the moon is dash compared to that of the earth. 3, objects will weigh dash in the moon. Number 4, the space travelers are known as dash. Number 5, why do space travelers wear heavy jackets? Why? Alright, with this, we've come to the end of today's lesson. And it has been a nice time to be with you. Alright, till we come again next time. I am Mrs. Comfort Bassey. I say bye for now.